Hey everybody. Yeah, if I seem a little tired or a little out of it right now, it's because I got off work about 53 minutes ago and I'm off for the rest of the day and for the next, as far as I know, for the next 6 hours or so, I have the place to myself because my mom's going to be working. My mom's not just working, but she's also got classes right now, so she's attending those, or will be attending those. Uh, anyway, as you can see below or above, depending on how you watch this, this is the mid to late August monthly opinions on the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book and franchise. That's right. Now you probably saw the video before this where I basically did a little bit of a rant or something like that on the ending of Worlds Unite. Now honestly, I don't have Worlds Unite, not Worlds Unite, but I don't have the final issue of the crossover, which is Mega Man 52. I don't have that yet, but I will. But from what people have said who have gotten the issue or have seen the issue, either by digital or physically, some people have had a mixed reaction. I mean, basically some like it, some are okay with it, and then there's a lot of people who basically feel, that the ending was pointless, or basically the ending was a quick deus ex machina. That, basically they felt that the ending was what was the point of this whole crossover if the villain could be taken out just like that, So yeah, I did a video on that. I'll probably talk a little bit more about it here as well. But looking at Worlds Unite so far, I mean, I did get 275s yesterday. And I did a review on that, which you'll see here as well. And again, it is kind of surprising to see this comic go for as long as it has. I mean, 275 issues is a lot. Usually a lot of comic books, after they do sort of a soft retcon or reboot, some comic books will start out with an all new #1 issue. And that's it. It'll be just like starting over again. But I will give Archie Comics credit. I'll give them credit. They didn't go in that direction. They said, no, we're going to keep it going. We're not going to start over. We're just going to keep going and going and going. And that's what they've been doing. I think it's mostly because they've been in the Genesis, not Genesis, but the Guinness Book of World Records. I think because they have that, accomplishment, that they don't want to let that accomplishment go. They don't want to give it up. So I'll give them credit on that. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Now, we got a couple of new stories coming out in the next few months. Now, I talked about in one of my videos that I did a couple of days ago that I uploaded, I think on Monday. I talked about how this isn't the first time Archie Comics has done a story that supposedly takes place before the story that's already taken place. What I mean is, you got the Silver Age story arc coming out next month in September, and this is basically a prologue to it's basically a prelude prologue to Worlds Unite overall. That's basically what it is. It's a prelude prologue to to World Unite. I think as somebody put it, it's like a prelude to the story that we've already gone through. So, like I said in the video, it's not the first time Archie Comics had done this with the Sonic comic. Long story short, another good example, in fact, in my opinion, a very good example, is when they did the Journey to the East story arc, when they did the Iron Dominion story, basically the year-long Iron Dominion arc, between issues 201 and 212. So almost a year-long story arc, and they added this 4-part spin-off or extension of it in Sonic Universe. And this extension of the story didn't start or coincide with the story to at least issue, I think it was 210. Yeah, 210, I believe. It was at the end of 209, 210, when this whole Journey to the East story arc in Sonic Universe began. And it didn't end until about 2 months after the whole entire Iron Dominion arc in the main comic ended, period. So, like I said in that video, it's not the first time. And other comic book companies have done this before too as well, but still, like I said, with Sonic comics, it's not the first time. It really isn't. So yeah, but this is the first time. I will say this. I didn't think I said this in that video, but I will say this. It is the first time that a story arc, a prelude story, prologue, whatever you want to call it, story arc, is taking place after the story arc it's supposed to lead into. For the first, that's the first for this comic. So, as far as I know. But overall, that's what's coming up. We also have the start of something. I think it started last issue, but I think it's mostly going to start in 276. We kind of got a taste of it in 275, but it's really going to start in 276. And that is the fact that we're going to have 2 separate story arcs going at the same time in the comic. Both are going to be within the same continuity. Both are part of the same overarching story arc, if you will, a storyline. But they're 2 separate story arcs in their own right. Basically happening almost simultaneously, if you will. You got one. I don't know what 276 is going to be just yet. But I think it's a solo story. Maybe it's a 3-part. I don't know. But I do know that 76 or 77, one of the stories that's in the comic as well, called Hidden Cost, is going to be a Sally Bunny story. It's going to be a Sally Bunny story. Well, it's going to feature them. It's going to feature them prominently, from what I can understand. It's going to have a battle it's going to have a cyborg battle with Bunny going up against, I think it's Cassie or whatever her name is. Those 2 female egg bosses that we met. She's going to go up against the cyborg sister on that side. And apparently some kind of revelation is going to be made. So, it might be interesting. Might be interesting to see. And they got the solicits going at what cost and everything. So I guess they're trying to tease, somebody might die. I don't think so, because if somebody was going to die, we'd probably know about it by now. But no, it's basically at what cost, but I'm thinking that at what cost is, what is the revelation that's going to shake things up for them. So that's what I'm thinking. And then we got Sonic and Big, along with Antoine and all of them. They're trying to go to the Dark Gaia Temple. They're going to be meeting up with a new egg boss that I guess is a take off an Egyptian goddess or something, Nefertiti, or whatever her name is. And it sounds good. They sound interesting. Sounds like they're going to be real shaker-uppers, if you will, and we'll just have to see what happens. I do know that next month is the final issue of Sonic Boom as a comic book series. Hold on for a second. Like I said, I know Sonic Boom as an official comic book comes to an end next month, but the comic stories don't end. The comic stories will be transferred over to I think the Super Digest and mostly the Sonic Super Special magazines once in a while. So I think that's why that's happening there. We know that Mega Man, his final issues start next month as well. So well, his final issues too. He goes on hiatus. Start next month as well. So. We'll see what happens there. Overall, it looks like it's a very interesting. Overall, I will say this: it's a very interesting time for all the comic books. For anybody that's a fan of all these comics right now, it's a very interesting time. I mean, again, you go back to the video I did before this one, where I kind of ranted and talked about how the ending, in the eyes of some people, is, not very good. It was not a very good ending. It wasn't a very good ending at all because like I said, it wasn't a very good ending at all due to the fact that that basically, excuse me for a second, that basically, you had Xander Payne be the one that reset everything by just shooting Sigma in the back through a freaking time portal that he creates through his eye or something like that. Hold on for a second, folks. But yeah, it's just one of those situations that when you think about it, some people, like I said at the end of that video, some people that felt that the crossover was a bit of a cash cow were probably right on the money. But like I said, it's a very interesting time because due to the fact that you're only going to have 2 comics out of the Archie Action series of comics running simultaneously together, and you're going to have 2 not running at all for the time. You're going to have one on hiatus. You're going to have one basically reduced to being monthly or bi-monthly stories published in the Sonic Super Special magazines and the Digest. It's going to be a really interesting time. To me it's, to me I'll say this, whether or not we liked what happened with the crossover, in my opinion, it's pretty much now for most of us, it's done, it's over with, and we could just move on. So hopefully, if they do another crossover in the future, which could be not for quite a while, hopefully Ian Flynn or whoever the writer is will get to do it at their own pace and do it their way and not be rushed into it. And as far as the games go, I know that there are plans to have a Sonic game down the line on all the platforms soon because of his 25th anniversary next year. We don't know exactly what that could be, but hopefully it'll be something good. I know there's been a lot of people that have been recently using the Unreal Engine to showcase what Sonic would look like with that you know, that kind of technology behind him. I know that recently we got, and you can even watch Tails' channel here on YouTube. We even got to see, I guess, do a preview Sonic using a Sonic amiibo, Sonic in Super Mario Maker. So basically now you can play Super Mario Brothers, the original game, if you will, or however you created, with an 8-bit Sonic. So that'd be pretty interesting. And just recently, you know, game-wise, as far as the franchise is concerned, we all know that there's a Sally hack as far as Sonic and Sonic 2 go, the original Sonic games. Well, now there's a Bunny Rabbit hack. Yeah, somebody actually hacked Sonic 1, maybe even Sonic 2, don't know yet. And this time you can play as Bunny Rabbit. So that's really interesting. It's really interesting. And in my opinion, like I've said before, I think countless times, this is just fans' way of trying to get it through to Sega's skull that, hey, we want this kind of stuff to happen and become official. We want this stuff to become a reality and official. We want these characters in the game. So that's why I think they do it. So overall, those are just my mid to late August monthly opinions for the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book and franchise. Again, I apologize if I stuttered, it seemed a little off, if you will. Like I said, just worked today, and I worked 6:30 to 3, so very tired, and trying to do my best as far as videos go. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like, and I'm out.